Welcome to this Zentangle Quickie. My name is Heather Hartwick Gladden. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher. And today we're going to take a look at the Tangle Zig from CZT Angie Gittles. I love this one. It reminds me of one of my favorites called Puff, P-U-F. And I know I have a video on that one. It's just really cool. All right, it's a grid pattern. I'm going to just do a 4 square. And little border. All right, and then the 4 squares. And nice thing, I should try this on a wonky grid. Okay. So you have your regular grid, but then we're going to put, an X through this. So going from corner to corner, and if you pause at the corners, if you're doing a larger grid, that helps with the forgivability of it, because that way you're not just drawing a straight line. It's just from here to here, and then I kind of orientate myself, and then from here to here, it's all good. All right. Now, one thing to point out, because I've never done this before. I do the regular grid, and even like this, it's like, whoo, well, when you have to divide the box, that can make it a little tiny. So just something to think about. You might want to make it bigger than you think, so that way then the little sections are, a little bit bigger. Okay. Now, I don't think it matters which way you start. Actually, I think I'll start at the opposite direction than I did in my step out, because as I was doing my version of the step out, I kept thinking, I really like to do it the other way. So now I am. All right. So essentially aura-ing, it's like a triangular print-up is what it is. Print-up spiral. So I'm going to start here. And this is one, I was not necessarily picking up the pen, although I was wishing that I had many times, because I'm like, well, that's a little sloppy. Up to you, however you wish to do it. And you can always pick up your pen and kind of reorientate it. I've used that word twice already today. Cool. It's the word of the day. Today's Tangle is brought to you by, let's see, we'll call it the letter Z, the word orientate. And I don't know, we'll come up with something else. All right. So you're going to basically do this in all of the squares. In Angie's demonstration, or her step out, she has it separated so that way you can see what's going on. Because if you just put this in all 4 and that's okay, that's the next step, that's it. It makes it hard. Now, one thing that you can do is, and I kind of like doing it, just depends, and it depends on you and how you like to tangle. Doing it in the same box, so that way if you found a nice comfortable place to do it, then you don't have to move. You just keep doing it. And then turn. Rinse, repeat. Same thing. Just as something to think about. Okay. And so that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna continue to do this. And I like the end result. I also don't mind doing things like this over and over again, because it's fun. And then 2, it makes it really nice and easy to get lost in this tangle, because you are just doing the same thing over and over again. And also having the need to be careful. Take a hand stretch every so often, because we're doing it over and over, and you don't need to, think or go back and look at the step out, or or change position that often, of the tile. You'll want to have a hand stretch, maybe an eyeball stretch, and all of that. But this, because the whole idea that founded Zentangle was the idea of teaching meditation through art. So especially on the ones like this, where it's like, it exemplifies that, because of the high level of repetition on this, you can just lose yourself in watching your pen travel from point to point to point to point to point until you have no more points. And then you start over again on the next triangle. And it's just fun. Actually, these are, I have a challenge of, and even with this one, that I want to go fast. But it's like, no, slow down. The lines always look so much better when we slow down, at least in my case. And rinse, repeat. Oops, 1 second. I always forget to turn my phone off or move it somewhere, and it's all good. At least that's not a completely obnoxious sound for a text. All right. See, and it got me all off pattern. Oh, broke my mojo or whatever. And you know what? If your lines get a little wonky, don't worry about it. Just, continue on. And it doesn't matter in the end, because you see how busy that is, right? You won't even, look at that. There's that one place that line went a little bit off. That's a little too close. It doesn't matter. That's the hardest part of Zentangle, in my opinion, is getting over that and accepting when things don't look exactly so right, and then we get upset or whatever, instead of just, all right, that's neat, okay, cool, and what shall I do about that? I don't know. Well, let's think about it. Let's look at it. Maybe sit on it for a day or something. I don't, there's always a way that you can make something that didn't go the way you want into something surprisingly neat. All right, so now you have this. And besides the fact that it looks rather cool, and really, it's an involved texture, but that could be kind of interesting behind something. But let me share this. And if you look at the For More Inspiration link, you will see this in Angie's, but it looks like she just did the center. I don't think I can. Well, maybe I can. Let me just start there. Now, one of the fun things, and this is, and I bet, I'm going to have to try this again and do this. The Tangle Puff, the whole thing puffs out, but it requires you to connect the corners with, and it's done in a square similar to this. And there's some curving, the lines curve, and but anyway, you connect the corners with the pen, and as you do it, it just looks like the whole thing like puffs up. It's amazing. Highly recommend. If you like these kind of things, highly recommend that. But we're going to do that with the pencil, and we'll add some shading. Let's see if I can do it just in the center. So you see all of these points, just with your pencil, kind of just draw a little line. I'm gonna point them all to the center, because what Angie did in her step out looks really, really cool. And let's see if we can replicate that. Because we can go and do the other ones afterwards. And this, I'm just going like I call this the scooch, the scooching motion. Kind of just a straight up and down motion. because I want the graphite to go to both sides of, well, as much as it can, of those corners. I don't want it to spread out too far because I personally, right here, don't have that much room. Nope, it needs more. Okay, so let's do... Like I said, she created this neat effect. Oh, okay, then we'll just go out one step. And you know what? And I hope I'm not confusing anybody. You can just do all of the points is fine. Ooh, but look at what that's created right there. And doing it this way is kind of fun because then you could discover something cool like this, creating a neat pattern just with the shading. Look at that. Ha! That is cool, yes? All right. Yeah, because Angie did it on, oh my gosh, what is that? For a 16 grid pattern, and then just did the inside and kind of left these out. And it's much more effective, so you have to take a look at that and see. Really, really cool. Okay, I'm gonna continue on here. But you know, this is what's fun. Continue on like this, but just do like one thing at a time and see what it looks like. I like to do this with shading anyway, but stuff like this, it makes it even cooler because it's like, oh yeah. And then you might find, oh, I'm just going to stop here. And that's it. Oh, like that. Okay, we're going to stop there. That is neat. And it's neat that you can see it before you even spread out the graphite. And then I'm like, wait, which ones did here? Yeah, there it is. This one can get a little eyeball confusing. So you just have to, you know. Oh, that's neat. I mean, you could do the whole thing. I'm going to stop there because I think that's really cool. At least I think I'm going to stop there. Yeah, I'm going to stop there. Because then my next step might be to do from the center here out. Because it's just neat because it's like, this is flat, that's poofy. Oh, okay. So very cool. All right. Hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please click the like button. And if you liked it enough to see more, I hope you'd subscribe to the channel. So while you're clicking, go ahead and click there too. In that description section, as I mentioned, you'll find links to the step outs. I always do my own version and then link to the creator of the Tangle. Below that, ways to connect with me. So if you do enjoy my style, or whatever it is, would love to have you connect. And so I have a link to my my website where you can follow my blog, Facebook page, so you can follow me there. And I post my classes. Usually that's the first place that I post classes. And there are a couple other places that I post, like Eventbrite and Meetup, and those links are on the classes link on my website. So if you don't belong to Facebook, which I totally understand, that way you can follow me there as well. Let's see. Well, and you know, just know I teach generally Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's been it. And I do 2 sessions on both of those days. Thursday's always free, and it's always starting at the same time. The free sessions are always an hour. And the on Tuesday, they're just the third Tuesday is a free session, and the other ones have a fee or are exclusive for my club members. And all of that information is on the website. Or, you know, if you can't find it or have trouble, you know, pop me a message, and I will help find the information. Let's see. Also on there is a link to our Tangle Addicts community Facebook page. So if you'd like to be part of a greater conversation and a nice safe place to share your work and just have a lot of Zentangle fun, we'd love to have you. So there are 4 questions that you have to answer to gain entry. So just so you know. And I think that's all that's there. If not, you'll see it. So I think that's it. So, oh my gosh, was this ever cool. Again, hope you enjoyed it. And thank you for watching. Feel free to share it, leave comments, and all of that kind of thing. It helps the algorithm, and I appreciate any and all of those activities. And so with that, thanks so much for watching again, and I wish you happy tangling.